Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Caden. I'll be your host today. Alright y'all, so I realized that we are a couple of days into December and I have yet to put together a December TBR for y'all. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Bear with me because there is a lot. There are so many books that I want to read that are like perfect for December. So yeah, it's gonna be maybe a long video. Knowing me, probably. So yeah, let's get into it. I sorted books into a couple of categories just to make it a little bit easier for me. So yeah, we're gonna start right now. So first up, I have 3 book of the month picks because I need to get through my book of the month because they're piling up. I say that as I have a book of the month on the way, which I just realized I'm not going to be able to show in this video. But anyway, I'm probably not going to read it this month anyway. But yeah. So first up is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This is a sci-fi thriller about a guy who takes a nap and then wakes up and finds out that his family never existed. I think that's what this is about. Scream at me if I'm wrong, but yeah. I don't know. I've had that on my TBR for a while. It's time to get to it, you know? And I feel like it's really good for the winter vibe. But anyway, sorry. Next up is No Exit by Taylor Adams. This is a snowed in thriller about a girl who is going home for Christmas and she gets stuck at a gas station or something with a couple of people, and then in one of the cars thinks she sees a child that's trapped in there, in a cage or something, if I remember, because I did start this last year. But yeah, I know there's a Hulu movie adaptation of this I want to watch. Yeah, that's my motivation. I'm gonna get to this because I am devouring thrillers right now, y'all. But anyway, then we have Kiss Her Once for Me by Allison Cockrum, I think. I can't really tell. The font is it's too chunky for me to be able to read. But anyway, this is a sapphic holiday romance, and that's all I know about it because I got this this was last year's book of the month pick for December. So yeah, excited to get to this if I do. I really want to though. Let's see, where do I want to go next? I think I'll go fantasy next. Okay, so The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. I have been halfway through this for so long. Also, oh my god, look at how badly sun bleached my copy is. But anyway, I've been wanting to get through this for most of this year, and I just need to commit and finish this. So I want to so badly before New Year. Yeah. Then we have Wicked by Gregory Maguire. This is the book that inspired the musical, that inspired the movie. I started this already, and I am 2 chapters in. Sorry if you heard the school bus driving by, but anyway, I'm already 2 chapters in, and this shit is crazy, and I know several things about this book, and it's insane. But yeah. Yeah. I wanted to read it because it's popular, and yeah, it's gonna be popular. Sorry. Then we have Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. I just feel like winter is such a good time for fantasy. That's when I really get into it. So yeah, this is about queer sapphic necromancers, I'm pretty sure. I have no clue, but I'm very interested, and I've seen this a lot on Book Talk within the past couple of years, so I don't know, yeah, interested. And then last but not least, we have, or not last but not least, but finally for fantasy, we have Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I've read Divine Rivals in March of this year, I think, and I just haven't had time to get to the sequel, and I really want to. I need to watch a recap video though, because I don't remember shit. But if you don't know, I'll tell you what Divine Rivals is about if you're interested. Sorry, I like just had a moment where I blacked out for a second, kind of disoriented. Sorry. But anyway, Divine Rivals is like a World War One fantasy. Kind of like it's based off of World War One, I think. And I can't describe it because I don't really remember. But yeah. Anyway, want to read the sequel because yeah. Oh dear. Let me switch these over to here. Then let's show the thrillers. I have a couple of thriller picks because I just love thrillers, man. I don't know. But anyway, first up is The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. This is a book about a girl who is and she's like a 14-year-old girl, and then she like is trying to solve her own murder. Like she's watching people try to solve her murder, I think, something like that. But this sounds so good. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure like this cover just screams winter to me. That's why I'm choosing winter. I don't know if it takes place then or not. Then we have Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris, and I'm choosing it for December for the same reason as The Lovely Bones. But anyway, I don't really know what this is about. I think it's like a couple that like, looks really good and perfect on the outside and then is like actually not. I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that this does have commentary on DV though, which I'm always very interested in, especially in thrillers, because I feel like that's such a good place to be able to explore it. But yeah, anyway, really want to read this. And I actually may start that today. I don't know. But yeah, then we have Even If We Break by, oh no, Mariki Nijkamp? I think that's how you pronounce that. I have no clue. But yeah, I read another book by this author like a couple of years ago, and it was amazing. And this one has gotten such bad reviews, but it's like five friends go to a cabin in the winter, and like everybody has their own little secrets, and they play a game where those secrets are revealed, which I just love as a setup. So yeah, looks really fun and silly. I think I'll read this if I can get an audiobook for it. Yeah. Also, okay, I forgot this for the book of the month one, so this is a late edition, but The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. Oh my god. No clue what this is about, but I read The Silent Patient by him, and I know this is like in the same world. It has a connecting character. So yeah, really interested in that. Yeah. Anyway, back to the other thrillers. Next we have The Push by Ashley Audran. I don't actually know what this is about, but I've heard a lot about this, and it's supposed to be like really kind of fucked up and like crazy. This is a second person thriller. It's like letters this mom is sending to her child, I think. I don't know. And I think this might be a literary thriller or just a thriller. I don't remember, but yeah. Anyway, then we have a new edition, clearly, by The Receipt Still in It. And it is None Shall Sleep by Ellie Marney. Hold up, I have to take this sticker off. I hate these stickers. But anyway, this is like a kind of the Naturals situation where it's like teens in the FBI trying to solve a murder, except one of the like teens has to interview a teen serial murderer, and I think, yeah, I don't really know, but this looks really good. I don't know if I'll read this month though. This is like lower on the list to be read, but yeah. Then we have, finally for thrillers, Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. And I am actually further than this. I'm almost done with this. I've been reading it the past couple of days, and it is insane. It's basically about this woman. Bear with me. This is a lot, but First of all, this jogger goes missing, and then a week later, a woman and her daughter go missing. And then 11 years later, that daughter escapes and like comes back, and now we're trying to figure out what happened. And there is so many POVs in this. There's like, I think there's 3, but it's like a weird. There's a lot of timelines in this. But yeah, this is like super complicated, but I'm eating it up. I love it so much. So yeah. Anyway, what's next? Let's do horror next because I have a lot. I have a lot. Or actually, never mind. I'm gonna do just the winter themed ones next. Because there's only 3. So first up is Winter Girls by Laurie Halsey Anderson. This is about 2 girls who are like bestie twins, and they're like, oh my gosh, let's see who can get the skinniest over winter break. And they both develop EDs, and then one of them passes away. Yeah, so I loved Speak by Laurie Halsey Anderson. That is one of my most favorite books of all time. So I just want to read more from her, and this one sounds super sad and super interesting. So yeah. And then, okay, next we have Whiteout by Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodfolk, and Nicola Yoon. And this is a, like, anthology, I think, and by like different authors, and it's like romances that happen during like this one wipeout blizzard, yeah, where like each character is trapped in a different place, and then all their storylines end up tying together somehow. I read Blackout, which is like, I don't know if you'd call it like the first in the series. I don't think this is a series, but like the first in like this kind of book that these authors did together, and it was amazing. So yeah, I've been wanting to read this. And then finally not finally, I keep instinctively saying that, but then we have How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. And I can't tell if she's like a really popular romance author or not. I feel like I can't tell if I've seen her name around because of this book or because of other books, but yeah. This is like the Grinch retelling, except obviously Cindy Lou Who is an adult, and it's just like a fake dating neighbors romance. I actually don't really know what this is about, but I know that something happens with a candy cane, and yeah, if you're getting my drift. But yeah. Oh my god, is there art? Oh, there's art. Oh my god, that's so cool. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna actually read this with a friend because she sounds interested. So yeah, I don't know. It's like the popular romance this season. So I'm like, okay, let me get on board. Oh, and then I'll do the 3 miscellaneous books, which are kind of just books I can't really fit into any category. So first up is Dead Until Dark by Charlene Harris. This is the book that inspired True Blood. It's about our homegirl named Sookie Stackhouse who can read minds. In this world where like vampires are seen like a minority. So like, you know, you have your gay people and then you have your vampires, you know? Yeah. I don't really know much about what else this is about, even though I've listened to this audiobook so many times, but I need to finish this and give it back to my friend and maybe move on with the series. Okay, then we have, this is more of a New Year's book, but We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallach. And I want to read this as like a New Year's book, and I have for a while. I just never got around to it. But this is, I think, like a literary YA book where it focuses on like a couple of teenagers, like 6 teenagers, yeah, who are all like kind of Breakfast Club tropes, and like it follows their lives as it's announced that an asteroid is gonna come and like wipe out humanity. And yeah, I really fuck with the premise. It sounds really good, really sad, but also it sounds like the characters are kind of gonna hit that reset button on their lives, because obviously they're teenagers who fit in a stereotype, so they're gonna be like, oh my god, I don't need to go to the basketball game with Josh, I can be me, you know? But yeah, I just feel like that'd be a good New Year's read. And then we have Lights Out by Navessa Allen. This is a dark romantic comedy about this girl and her stalker. I know I rated Haunting Adeline 1 star. However, I already started this, and it is one of my favorite books so far, because this is healthy. This is how you write dark romance, okay? Let this be the blueprint. I love this so much. And I'm only like a couple of chapters in. I'm not even that far in, but yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the horror, because we have a lot of those. I am so sorry about the lighting. It's only like 4 p.m. and the sun is already setting, so I'm gonna try and hurry, because I don't want to have to turn on a lamp. But anyway, first up we have The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell. This is like a gothic horror about this woman who like goes to a gothic mansion and starts seeing like tiny little Russian doll versions of her, I think. I don't know, but sounds super. Sorry, let me do the for some reason, but like cool little gothic novella, and I feel like this would be a fun little like, you know, I'm gonna be pulling all-nighters a lot over Christmas break, so like it would be fun to like stay up late and read this. Yeah, so I don't know. It's been on my list of like Christmas book or not, but like winter books to read for a while. Does it take place during winter? Probably not, but still. Then, next up, let me get this out of the way. This is like the winter horror book, but Misery by Stephen King. It's about this author who he like gets in a car accident, and then his number one fan, she saves him and nurses him back to health. But she hates how his like last book ended because it killed off her favorite character, which real girl, I would do the same, because she literally breaks his ankles and is like, write me a new version, god damn it, my favorite character will live, which real and twin. But yeah, this is very low on the list to like read, but I think I'm gonna give it a good college try. Don't know what that means, I just don't know where that saying came from, but anyway, gonna give it the good old try, and if I'm not fucking with it, I will DNF so fast, y'all. I don't know. I'm not really in the mood for Stephen King, but like I feel like it's the winter horror, you know? Okay. I don't think I explained that well at all. But anyway, next we have Migrations by Charlotte McConaughey. I think that's how you pronounce that. I think this is a horror. I can't really tell, but one of my favorite horror book talkers highly recommends it. But this is like an apocalyptic kind of thing where it's like the end of the world, I think. I don't really know. But this woman is following this like bird species that's going extinct. That's what it is. And it's apparently really sad and really like dark and suspenseful and really sad. Like this dude was sobbing from reading this. So yeah, I want to read this so bad, and I have for the past 2 years tried to read this, but maybe this year will be the year. We'll see. Then I want to read Nosferatu by Joe Hill. For now, 2 reasons. One, because like the character in Nosferatu, this version, he is a vampire, but the Stephen King universe of a vampire, where they like take children and take their steam, which is like The Shining and stuff. It's a lot of Stephen King lore. And our main character, this woman, she escaped this dude as a kid. Charlie Manx, that's his name. She escaped him as a kid, and now he's like coming back to get her. So yeah, sounds so good. I tried to read this last year with my friend. She got through it and I just didn't, because for some reason. But I'm determined, especially with the new Nosferatu movie coming out. Oh, I wish I could go see it on Christmas so bad, but my friend who read, I know it's like two different things, but like Nosferatu, you know? But anyway, I'm so upset because like my friend, she's leaving for Christmas, and then all of my other friends are obviously busy on Christmas Day. So we can't go see it together, and I'm actually kind of upset about that. But it's okay, we'll see it after, but still. Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot another book. Okay, opened up my blinds, so now there's just like, you know, we're getting to obviously the last little bits of light out, but like, anyway, so I actually did forget two books. So I have one more for thriller, and that is Five Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. People are like stuck in an airport, and they like all need a ride somewhere, so these five strangers get a ride together, and then some thriller shit starts happening. I think like secrets start to spill or something. Yeah, they're all dangerous or something. I don't know, but this, I've had this for a while, so like if I don't fuck with it, free up space on my shelves. But anyway, the next one for horror is Let the Right One In by John Ajvide Linkvist. That is a Swedish name, I'm pretty sure. I think this is a Swedish horror book, but this is also a vampire book. It's this 12-year-old Oscar meets like this new girl, and she's like a bit weird, comes out at night, and then I think it's like a fight for I don't know. People describe this as terrifying, and like I'm so interested. This sounds so good. And I can't believe I almost forgot to put it in here because I've wanted to read this so badly. But yeah, super excited for this. I like without a I will do anything to make sure I read this. I'm so determined. Okay. Then we have The Patient by Jasper DeWitt. Not really like the winter theme, but like the cover, white as snow. I don't really know. But this is like based off of like a r/no sleep post. And it's supposed to have like a crazy, terrifying plot twist. And I was told this was supposed to be as scary as Pen Pal. It's not, but like, so yeah, I just want to read this because why not? That's an if I have the time. I know it's a short little thing, but it may take a lot of effort to try and read that. Anyway, I don't know why I'm being such a hater, but yeah. Then we have Starve Acre by Andrew Michael Hurley. And this is like, I think this might be a classic horror book. If not, it has the writing style of one. But this dude and his wife are like at their really isolated, that's the word, isolated like farmhouse, and they had a son who, you know, a while ago, and then I think the husband, he's like an archaeologist, so he's digging up this place, and he starts finding bones, and I think he's trying to bring his son back, if I remember correctly. There's also a new movie adaptation. It's been out for a year now, but what was I trying to say? Oh yeah. But yeah, I want to read this and then watch the movie. I did start this like January of this year, February. And I was like, it's not the right time, so now is the right time. Yeah. Then we have Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White. And I have had this book since freshman year, which is such a bad habit for me. Oh my god, I need to give people their books back. But it's the same friend who loaned me Dead Until Dark. But yeah. I want to read this and give it back to her. But this is a queer apocalyptic story. It's like a really radical and evangelists have like caused the apocalypse, and there's a lot of religious trauma, and our main character's a trans person, F to M, which we love. Trans man, that's the word I'm looking for. Sorry, y'all. I'm like, but anyway, yeah, I want to read this so bad. Also because there's an animated movie version of this that was announced. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking. My sister is messing with him. My sister's getting him amped up. But anyway, then we have So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison. And I started to read this in October, and then I realized this takes place in January or in December, and I was like, oh my god, cozy little vampire book. But basically, it follows our two main characters who have been besties for life. And one of them, our main character, she's kind of settled. I'm so sorry. She's kind of settled, and she's like kind of accepted a really not an amazing quality of life for herself. And nor has her friend, but her friend is out living it up. And then they get turned into vampires. Yeah. I read like the first quarter of this, and it's giving Jennifer's Body so hard. I love it so much. But yeah. Anyway, then we have The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I think this has a movie adaptation. I'm sorry, I know I keep saying that. I just like movies. Leave me alone. But anyway, this is like supposed to be a really disturbing classic book about a man and his son, like walking through the world during the apocalypse, and it's supposed to be really gross and disturbing. And one of my friends, in gym class, we were walking, and they were like, oh my god, don't read any of his books ever, just because he never uses quotation marks, and like his writing is so bad. And I'm like, ooh, I already have multiple of his books, so I'm committed. But anyway, yeah, one little tidbit. Then we have Lucky Girl by Lucky Girl, How I Became a Horror Writer, a Krampus Story by M. Rickett. I picked this up at BNN last year, and I was gonna read it as a little Christmas read, and then I just like didn't for some reason. But yeah, this is a very short novella, like 100 pages exactly. But yeah, I don't really know a Krampus story, so it's about Krampus. Yeah. Oh god, my friend is texting me, so I need to. Okay, we're on our last book for horror, and then we only have one more category. But anyway, the last book for horror is Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant, and I really don't think I'm going to be able to get through it, which is so sad. Just look at how thick she is, but like, so sad. But this is like a a mermaid, like evil mermaid story, about this crew who goes out into the ocean to like record about mermaids and stuff, and then they start dying by mermaids. And apparently there's a lot of good queer rep, a lot of good disability rep, which we love in books. So yeah, really excited to read this either this winter or like next, maybe? I have no clue. Oh my god. Okay. My friend is texting me drama from her school, so I'm gonna try and wrap this up really quick. I've said that 3 times now. But yeah, anyway, last but not least, we have my long books, which is like my goal for this year was to get through all of my longest books, and that's not possible. So I'm choosing a couple of the longest books that I have. And yeah, I'm just gonna try and finish them. I actually have one. Oh my god. I have one right here, and that is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Probably not gonna read this. I don't really know what it's about. Probably not gonna read this, though, just because I don't think I'm in the mood for The Secret History. But yeah. Then we have The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, which is a bitch of a book. Like, this is big dimension. Okay, not that small of text, but like 800 pages, and it's about this boy who his mom died in a museum bombing. I don't know if I can say that word on here, but like in a museum bombing, and he like becomes friends with this kid who's Russian, and they have a little bromance, and yeah, that's all I really know about this. I really want to watch the movie. Okay, leave me alone. Let me live. It's always the movies with me. But I saw really good edits a couple of years ago, and now I have this book, and I should read it, you know? Anyway, next we have Babel by R.F. Kuang. This is like a retelling of the Tower of Babel, obviously. But that's all I really know about it. I'm really excited for this though because I love R.F. Kuang, and this is the Poppy War trilogy, which is the best fantasy trilogy that I've ever read. Was practice for this book, so this better be amazing. And I'm only 2 chapters in, and it's been a month since I read those chapters, but they were so good. So I am so excited to read more of this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it by New Year because my audiobook is due in a couple of days and I will immediately have to put another hold on it. So I need to figure that out, but I'm going to try so hard to get through this. Then we have Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. Yeah. Who's the author of The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which talk about the biggest switch up ever. Like, a book with, like, these dimensions, very, that's, like, a really sad, like, YA fiction book to adult horror that is this long. Like, that is 600 pages thick. But anyway, this is a horror book about this kid who makes an imaginary friend, and he has to build a tree house by Christmas or the world will end. That is like the synopsis I've heard from one of my favorite book talkers, who is the only person I've seen talk about this book. So I don't know if that's super accurate, but yeah, this sounds so good. And I remember one night I was trying to fall asleep to the audiobook of this because I wanted to read it, and it was like the middle of the year too. But no, it was just, I think it was last year. But anyway, I tried listening to the audiobook, but like there was a line where it switched from like droning male voice to like a female reading voice that was so creepy because it was like a creepy moment. But it was like, oh, I literally jumped and I had to like switch the audiobook and go to bed. I got so scared. Anyway, next we have A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. This is how many pages? 800 pages of trauma corn. I don't want to read this. I really don't. But I will because I'm not a bitch. I got like halfway through this last year, and then I stopped reading it. And I hate that I gave up on this book because I would not have to read it this year if I just toughed it out. Here's the thing. This is incredibly boring. Like, this is incredibly boring. And it's just trauma corn, and the author admits it too. So I'll read it to be able to say I read it. Yeah. And I know it's like, don't read books you don't want to read, but I hate myself, I guess. I don't really know. Okay. And then last but not least, and I mean that actually this time, this is our last book, and the one I'm most excited for. You can probably already tell what it is by that little flash. But this is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I know this book looks massive, and that's because, like, physically, it is. Like, this is a hunk of a book. Okay, this bitch could kill somebody. Alright, but it's only 800 pages, compared to, it looks like it, like, this is thicker than the book of It, which is 1200. So, yeah, it's just really thick paper. But anyway, this is a sapphic fantasy book, with dragons, and that's usually enough for more people. That's not really enough for me just because I'm not a fantasy person. However, this gets so popular every year because people are like reading this book in one night, pulling an all-nighter to finish this book. And while I'm probably not going to do that, sorry, my dog and I like spaced out, but anyway, while I'm probably not going to do that, I still really want to read this to be able to be like, yeah, bitch, look, I read this. I tried reading it last year. Also, like, I wish I could tell you anything about it, but here's the thing. Last year, I kept spacing out instead of just immersive reading, because I was listening to the audiobook. Instead of just immersive reading like a normal person, I just restarted the audiobook like 8 times, not joking, like 8 times. And I was like, why can I not? Because you're not immersive reading, idiot. What are you doing? But anyway, yeah. I also have tabs on the top to see, like, because I may just do a part of this a day, but that sounds like a lot. But we'll see. So yeah. Anyway, oh my god. That is the end of my December TBR. So tell me your thoughts about any of these books down below. Here are my socials. Go follow those. I might try and post on there more often. However, this is like my main platform now. Yeah. Follow my Goodreads, you know, because please, girl, like, I love writing silly little reviews sometimes, and yeah. And then if you liked this or interested in seeing my thoughts on these books, go ahead, like and subscribe, okay? Here we talk a lot about books, especially a lot about horror books too. And also we will be talking about movies. I will get there. I will get there. I already have plans for a couple of movie related videos, like at the end of this year, at the end of this month. So, all right. Thank you all so much for watching, and I love you. Goodbye.